Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Time for your 205 live review for 5/9/2017.
Are you sure?
And I think probably not. Let's be honest, probably not. um, NXT logo, like NXT review, our little NXT review logo that we keep up for the reviews. And I didn't see anything wrong with it until Casey said something. I really didn't. Like, didn't think about it being NXT. Didn't like. I wouldn't have thought about it until like halfway through the video. Then I've been like, "What is this?" But yeah, 205 Live. This is a pretty good show, I felt like. We started off with Jack Gallagher giving his toast to Austin Aries, which is pretty funny. I think charisma wise, these two work very well together, especially on the mic. It was funny. It was a pretty funny little segment. I don't know. Like, I feel like did a good job with this segment. Neville came out and kind of was the party pooper, which was funny. And I like that he was kind of the party pooper. And he kind of did his whole King of the Cruiserweight stick and everything. I like that. Then TJ Perkins came out too. But I definitely like that. I love the consistency with the knee brace. I think that's one thing that like the cruiserweight division with 205 Live and stuff is doing pretty well is like consistency with stuff like that and injuries and stuff like that because sometimes we get like injuries and then like they're over like the next week and I'm like, wait, I thought that was career ending. We've talked about that before, like the career ending injury that, but I I just thought this was a good segment. It was a good way to start the show. It was a funny, pretty like funny way to start in the show. Um, Aries was hilarious and so was Gallagher, but on the gentleman's toast.
Are you talking to me? Because you cut out for a second.
Yes. Well, you're the only person there, so yes.
Well, you cut. Well, I don't know what part you don't understand when you cut out when I say that you could. Anyway, I love this segment. I do have a little bit of a problem with it though. Okay, and go with me on this. All right, Austin Aries hands out banana peels to little kids, and oh, he's such a great WWE superstar. He's good for the kids to look up to. I do the same thing, and it's creepy. I don't see that's not fair. Why can't I hand out banana peels to little kids? Why can't I do that? And why can he do that is more of the question. I
Just
want to
that,
know,
just that statement. It's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
like, I want to know if that's just something he started doing in WWE's, like, whatever, or if somebody in creative was like, you know what, you should give out the banana peel to a random fan because there's nothing wrong with that sanitary wise. There, it's just weird. It's just anyway. I loved Jack singing for "He's a Jolly Good Fellow," and then Neville's pyro hit, and he's like, "Bloody hell!" But yeah, I like the segment. I agree with you on the like the knee brace and everything. I would just like to have seen Aries kind of sell the knee a little bit more. I mean, yeah, you have the knee brace, but a little bit of more of a limp would have made it feel that much more, impactful, you know. Um, but yeah, it was definitely a good opening segment, and I like that they opened with Jack Gallagher, obviously in England, so it made sense.
Yeah, I definitely thought the crowd was a lot more into it tonight. I don't know if it was because they were in England or what, but like the crowd just felt like they were just more into the show tonight for
Yeah.
some reason. But plus, isn't it like it's not like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night for them? So like they probably were a little bit more energetic just because of that too.
That's what I was wondering the other night because I didn't pay attention to whether it said live on Raw, so I, I can't imagine they'd be live. So that had to have been
I
pre-recorded.
think it was live. I mean, they didn't change the name to 205 tonight, so I think it's gotta be.
Man, I was talking about Raw. I was talking anyway.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh,
I like the
yeah. Raw was taped. Raw wasn't in the back end of the name, so I got you.
I definitely like the fans. I think they were definitely into it, and I like the fans, especially in the UK, because they're not like the American fans who just chant. At least the UK fans like will like sing and stuff and like make up songs and stuff. Makes it a little bit more entertaining. It's not just the same generic chants all the time that we get everywhere else. So that made it a little bit more fun. But
All right. Yeah. Speaking of non-generic chants, this is I.
yeah,
That was hilarious. I laughed a lot at that. But let's jump into Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali. Review this match because I think we only had 2 matches. So proceed.
you know what? I feel like being a nice guy today, and I'm gonna let you have this match.
Wow. I'm never giving you a gift again. Never giving you that banana peel ever again. They're going. No.
That's you can keep it.
But I don't know. I thought this was a good match. I just thought it was weird that Drew Gulak didn't make any sort of appearance in this match, unless I missed something. Like
No.
and I think that's what's weird too, because like I feel like because he didn't make an appearance, I feel like I missed something. I feel like I like walked away and I didn't actually walk away. That there was no Gulak this week at all, especially in this segment. So I thought that was weird. But I mean, this match, but it was a good match nonetheless. I think Mustafa Ali and Tony Nese work well together. And I guess then again, I kind of like that there was no Drew Gulak this week. It's weird, but I kind of like it because I didn't want them to do the same finish that they did before. So I don't know. I kind of liked it, but it was still kind of weird. I feel like they work well together. I just feel like with Tony Nese and Mustafa Ali, it feels like Tony Nese is just kind of there, and it kind of sucks. Because I really like Tony Nese, but he's just kind of there, unfortunately. So Mustafa Ali versus Tony Nese. Mustafa Ali did win the match.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that Tony Nese just he kind of feels just like a piece in the feud between Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak, which I don't necessarily like. I want to see him do his own thing or be in his own feud. But yeah, I kind of like that we didn't see that Drew Gulak didn't come out and interfere like he usually does. But at the same time, I feel like, at least for me, I don't know if you kind of found yourself doing this, but it kind of distracted me from the match because I expected him to come out and I was kind of waiting for what he was going to do. And then he didn't do anything. And I was like, oh, okay. I was distracted by this entire match waiting for something that didn't happen. But it's definitely a good match. Like you said, they have really good chemistry. I definitely like them, in matches together. We did see Drew Gulak after the match, backstage watching on the monitor. So which was weird too, because I was like, so he was there, but he stayed backstage the whole time, just watching on a monitor, didn't do anything. Something doesn't add up here to me in this storyline. But the match was definitely really good. Again, I was just a little bit distracted because I was waiting for Drew Gulak to do something, and it didn't happen.
All right, let's jump into the main event. Am I missing like any segments? Like I feel like this was it wasn't short. It just felt like it was short because there wasn't a lot there.
Yeah, it did seem really short for some reason. I was like, is what?
It's over. What? But we had the main event: Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick
Oh,
rivalry. Yeah.
we did the backstage segment with Noam Dar, the
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
Alicia Fox.
That's true. And we had the Davari segment. I forgot about that too. Um, yeah, I like that. It's still confusing why Noam Dar and Alicia Fox are back together just because they don't know what to do with Alicia Fox. Let's be honest. Um, and the the Davari segment, I liked it. Who was in that segment with him? It was somebody else.
Uh,
Out of my head.
Akira Tozawa.
Okay, yeah. It was right before that match. But I like it. I just as much as I like 205's consistency, I hate 205's consistency because I haven't seen Davari in like 3 weeks. So how you gonna build that character though? I'm just saying, like you don't have to have him on TV every week. But I think you do need some on TV every week, like in a video package. Like talking about how he's got all these cars or all these cars or all this money or something like that. Like character, because I feel like they started building that character and he had that one match. It was gone for like 3 weeks. But thoughts on the two backstage segments that we had?
Um, the Noam Dar, Alicia Fox, Rich Swann was confusing, really confusing. Again, because we have no idea why they're back together. It almost feels like they're building one of those storylines where it's like, aha, we had you the entire time and we had this plan, but they're not explaining what the plan was, so we're just supposed to assume that.
I wonder, is that going to be something where Alicia Fox gets back with Cedric Alexander? Because they played that little video package of him, like, I guess, returning. Like, I think the only thing that would even, like, remotely be fulfilling, but I don't know if I would even be like, yeah, that's fun.
I don't want to see them back together, though. Also, I don't know if you felt this way, but I felt like Noam Dar was supposed to feel like intense and intimidating in this backstage segment. It just felt like it fell short to me. Like it didn't.
Well, can Noam Dar ever feel intense and intimidating? The man looks like he's 12.
I mean, I've seen some pretty intense 12-year-olds before. But and then the random Davari backstage segment. First of all, he's yelling at the guy for not shining his Persian boots right, and then he walks down the hall and runs into Akira Tozawa, and he yells at Akira, and Akira just goes, ah, ah, ah. I was like, what? But I definitely like that they did finally show a Cedric Alexander video package. Reminds us that he really is coming back sometime. Probably like as soon as the UK show comes. But
so why didn't they debut that this week? Because they in the UK though. Just saying, it's been a good week to do that.
They still got a couple of days to go.
They won't. But
yeah, they won't.
But we had the main event. We had Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick. I like this feud. I was kind of sad that this was kind of like the last match of the feud, as they were kind of booking it as, like, this is the final, the final match. But I also felt like it was the peak of the feud, if that makes any sense. Like I was like, is it really gonna end here? Because like for some reason it just didn't really feel like it was the end. it didn't, and I don't even, and it was odd because it didn't even feel like the end when the match was over. Like when Akira Tozawa won in the way that he won, Lord knows I hate freaking leverage roll up pins ever, always. They suck. But that's no way to end the feud anyway. But after when Brian Kendrick attacked him after the match, then I felt like it like put a nail in the feud, and I felt like it finally had ended. Like I felt like if they would have left it where Akira Tozawa won with the leverage pin, it would have just been like it would be easy for Brian Kendrick to come back and say that was a fluke. Um, but I like how Brian Kendrick like taught him the final lesson. I thought that was nice. Um, and like we said before, because we've seen multiple matches with these guys, like I feel like they have worked very well together in the past and in this match. But I think one thing I really want to see like these men now, um, but also like I that's kind of my issue with the cruiserweight division too. Is like when these feuds end, it kind of some of them like when they end, it feels weird when they end. It doesn't feel like they should end at that point. Like I feel like coming into this match, like this shouldn't have been the end of this feud. Not that it hadn't went on for long enough, just something about like it just felt random that this was the end. But Casey, thoughts on the main events?
Yeah.
But Brian Kendrick got the last laugh, I guess you could say.
Um, the match wasn't bad. It was good. I don't know that I necessarily felt like this wasn't the right time to finish the feud because it has been going on for a while. It's just, first of all, if you're gonna end a big feud like this, because this has been one of the bigger, feuds on 205 Live, other than the cruiserweight title picture. I think it should have been. If you're gonna end the feud like this, end it on at least a pay-per-view. Doesn't have to be the big four. It doesn't have to be one of it. Just as make it feel important. Make us feel like, oh, we have to tune into this. And no matter what, if you put a match on a pay-per-view or a special event, it gives it that feeling, even when it's a crappy pay-per-view or whatever. So I would have
So we
rather.
need like 205 Live takeover, right?
Yeah, no. But I would rather have seen a big, end to a feud on a pay-per-view. But the way they finished it, I don't necessarily feel like this necessarily has to be at the end. Because, I mean, even though it was a leverage pin, yeah, Akira won, and then he gets attacked. So that right there could continue the feud. And let's be honest, what else are they going to do with either of these guys right now? They have not even started to begin any other type of feud with either of these guys. So, I mean, except for the weird backstage thing with Akira and Davari, but no. So I could see them continuing this feud for a little bit longer. I mean, they've done it so far for I think they said 3 months, and we haven't gotten bored of it yet. So I mean,
yeah,
and that's hard for WWE to do, to keep a feud going and not get us bored with it.
yeah.
But,
And I know like I was joking about this, but do you think like the cruiserweight division would be better if it had its own pay-per-views? Like not necessarily 3 hour pay-per-views, but just it just because like I feel like the cruiserweight division is fine and all, but like it was great when it was the Cruiserweight Classic, and it was great when it was like exclusively on the network. Something they could do.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I still don't I love 205 Live, don't get me wrong, but I don't necessarily think the Cruiserweight division needs its own show and its own ropes and its own color and its own like again, you look back the Attitude Era, all the 90s, early 2000s, the cruiserweights didn't have their own show. They didn't have their own colored ropes and stuff, and you still knew it was a separate division. It was exciting. you can build it without having necessarily their own pay-per-views, their own show, whatever. I mean, if you're gonna keep doing that, why doesn't the tag team division have its own show?
Yeah. 205 Live is the only way to go, brother. Like, it's just going to turn to the NWO. Like, I think that's what it is. The Cruiserweight division's taking over. That's what it is. You got to pick a side.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think they need their own pay-per-view because just think about all the pay-per-views we already have. Like, we have the regular main event or main roster pay-per-views. Then we have takeovers. To add 205 Live pay-per-views to that, we already have enough reviews to do every month. I think we'd be trying to kill WWE.
Yeah, we would. But yeah, that was your 205 Live review for 5/9/2017. Definitely a good show. It felt short, but it was still like not short in a bad way. It just felt like it was shorter than usual, but still a good show. Really enough, I think, because it felt shorter, it might have been better because it felt shorter. Like just because it felt like there was like maybe because it felt like there was more wrestling or something. I don't know, but definitely a good show. Excited to see what NXT is gonna do tomorrow or today or whatever day we're talking about. But we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Coming up on Thursday, which I almost said which was tomorrow. It's not. But we'll see you guys next time on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.